Okay, losers like you. So that means I must be one too because you found me. So what is a loser? What's a loser here? Basically, you can't stand on convictions of an false icon because you lose in yourself. So you lose the race to the top of the heap of whatever the fuck all this shit is. Basically, the top of the heap of convictions. So battlefields of belief, life isn't a war, but we find ourselves in the duality. It's not the true nature of who we are, it's just the canvas, the spirit of what the art is deep within or without. It's up to the interpretation of observation. And what is observation? It's the limit of your conception. And what's that? It's your limit of how much you can allow yourself to feel. Because you're digesting something else. So symbolics, languages, relational logos. This is the limit of our abilities to understand. This is why those who speak do not know, and those who know do not speak, because what's there to say if you have no language with them because you're always changing? You can parrot the observations of the world and the stories and the echoes, but what does that do for you or anyone else, really? It's ultimately just up to us. Everything is destructive in this reality now. It's starting to take from you in order for it to live. We're in this reciprocal, fucked up circuit of a planned obsolescence, which is the perfection of replication. Because all things change, nothing can maintain. So you have to release the statics and find the dynamics, and it's not in some progressive ideal, it's within you. It's beyond cycles, but only you can give the meaning to that kind of icon. You can never share it. You can just share your true, authentic expression, and the truth of that is in finding yourself. Once you limit yourself to a static, you have become a facade. So be all things, be the 10,000 things. Some things you'll be a little longer than others, and that's okay. So time, measurements, metrics, symbols for communal logic. So we're going to look at Scorpio Full Moon for a minute. No. Okay, if you don't realize that reality can be mapped by now, well, here's an intro to that idea. I won't be here, but let's see if I can narrow this into the source of our retardation, which isn't like directed to London. It's just, where's the source of our communal logos right now? It's time. It's a management protocol for creative living. Harnesses our natural state of dynamic life, and it limits us to the progressional conception that can feed into a projected icon, which is our culture. So we are culting life into existence here. We are Saturning the world. But if you've studied the myths, study psycho, if you know astrology, if you've heard my past videos, Saturn's been reborn, it's reborn within us. Jupiter is one of the keys to understand the spirit of what that is. That's Jesus on the cross of matter. Zeus, Jupiter. Spirit rising. One of the keys for that is Pallas Athena. You have to defend the kingdom of the self from the false icons. All that is just growing, challenging yourself, going beyond the fear, beyond the emotions, beyond the shame, the guilt. Okay, the demons are within us. It's trauma loop echoes. They're necessary in order for emotions to be felt. There is no experience, there's no emotion. So this is life. In your life, you realize you are not that. You are more than the experience. You start to grow through it. The emotions evolve or grow. You're cultivating life. We cultivate demons and angels, but more than that. We release a sense of self for something greater, a cyclical energy, an energy of communal expression, which is the natural state of life, creativity. We sink to lowest common denominator values. The heaviest minerals sink to the bottom, and we revitalize what those are. We transmute them in life. We begin to float to the top. And on your way to the top, you see that you are more than just what you thought, and everyone else is too. And you can compassionate meaning into their process because you know it within yourself. And the more you know yourself, the more you know the world. And that's just one way to look at it. There's many ways. The best way I feel is in the ignorance of just living life. You don't need the language. Just try and live pure. Alright, so here's the full moon in Scorpio, 11 degrees 20 minutes of Scorpio, hence the name. Now if you haven't figured out, this chart is mathematical equations. It's Western tropical astrology. This is the East, this is the West. Okay. So if that's the East, this is the West. That means I am facing south. Okay. so we are pulled into the diurnal, this undercurrent here. This is the deep psyche. This is the lived experience, the projection of the icons deep within us. The roots of our ancestors are down here, this fourth house cusp, right here. So in this transformation of global psychosis, we have a Libra rising for this chart. The roots are deep in Capricorn, which is very appropriate. This is the mountain of bullshit we've created. But it's based upon the purity of lived reason at a specific time, and that time is now cultivated psyche to a point where the inmates run the asylum's burning down. You have to decide, are you a number or are you a living being beyond the metrics of control? So that's what Pluto's helping us with here. Those who face the fear, the emotions, those who climb through the bullshit of this existence and find their true self, which is the alchemical wedding of life. You can see Juno here. What's your value? What could it be, more importantly? So Pluto brings the gifts of the ancestors, but you need to make space in order for that to be realized, and that's a cultivation of the emotions of the past. The mountain of knowledge, the history here, Capricorn. Prometheus is bound to the mountain of knowledge, tethered by the beliefs of what that had been. Only the raw emotion of passion, like true, authentic fire, a reason to live, can break those chains. Beyond the knowledge, If you read all the studies, if you are systemized and domesticated from your natural expression, you will be afraid of existence, of this natural world. You won't swim. You won't go to the jungle. You won't leave your town because it's too dangerous. And insurance doesn't cover it, who can afford it, So get the fuck out of this systemized mind, get into life. You'd be surprised at how resilient you are. So we have to break the chains of knowledge, and Hercules is required. That's your passion, the inspiration to shoot beyond what you thought was possible. Beyond conception, really, that's Aquarius. It's so far out there, only you can find it. Beyond that is Pisces, the ineffable. That's where the North Node is. So you gotta shoot your arrow into the void of existence and pull back a spirit, reverse engineer it into your awareness. And you do that through just compassion. Feeling into the emotions, know what they are. They aren't you. They live with you. You're cultivating them. They are your children. They are immortal gods. Alright, so for this full moon, the Earth is actually opposed to the Sun when you look at Western tropical astrology. So the Moon and the Earth are lined up. The light of all the things repressed within us are shown to us. What's the value? What have you given of your value, and what's being taken of your value? I see a lot of nasty shit in this chart in terms of the polis logos, the cult of personality as it has become, which is completely Wentico. It's the cannibal spirit, taking in order for it to maintain its life, like every outdated belief. It requires your service, your sacrifice, your martyrdom, your savior, your tyrant. It requires the box, the 4 square. But this is a fad. It's a fad of psyche, which is developed through the Piscean age. It's part of the spirit's growth, the soul's growth. To me, the soul has already evolved. The soul is what it is. It's like a current. We're doing things not... It's beyond my conception, but pretty much it's open to your interpretation. Just believe what feeds your fire. Fuck the truth. Find the truth within you and bring that into this existence. Don't take the lowest common denominator's version of it. And it's going to continue to... We've got the players, we've got the puppets, we have the avatars of change happening, You need to see darkness to know the light within you. If you've been in scorpionic experiences, this is what you learn. You are not that, you are more. Okay, so the full moon, Mars, Venus, this is the nodal axis. Taurus is Venus, Mars is Scorpio. But the higher expression of Mars, what is the meta expression? What's the meta drive? It's, in evolutionary astrology, the soul's intention for evolution. But to me, evolution is a fucking stupid word. It's just change. You change for the better, you change for the worse, and it's very, it's temperamental. It's only for a time. So there are no wrong notes in a song without an end, but this is the higher drive, the divine will of Mars, of your desire, of your passion. See Mars here at 16 degrees. This is in the solar region. This is Ptolemy. Forget the outside ring. The sun is exalted in Aries, and at this degree it's the middle point. Just over the middle point, you're starting to come into this reach for something more. So Mars is at home in Aries. It's power. It is the pure spark of expression, and it can start anything on fire. It may go out, but it comes back 1.5 million times over. So we've got this Mars at home, very strong. What do we got going on with Mars? A square to Jupiter here. It's coming into a building square with Jupiter. Jupiter is on the shadow path back through Cancer. So what is the reason for anything? Are we gonna keep giving our life to a dead fucking system that wants to ROI our asses so that it can maintain a fucking statistic? We are planned obsolescence if we are communalized in this system we call society. Everything we are offered, this computer as well, is fucking us up. Everything needs to take our life in order for it to have meaning. So fuck the system, fuck the tech. We're going to be going back to a time where real life living is the value. You can do it now or you can wait to the end, you know. But swimming off the Titanic is going to be tough in that wake. So the sooner you get moving, the better. All right, so we've also got Chiron conjunct Mercury, 27 degrees of Aries in this 7th house. So I imagine there's going to be realizations of the limitations of your beliefs, you know, the wounds of who you actually are at your deepest level. If you are in the process of the scorpionic phase, then you're already feeling it and you're trying to transmute what that is. You're trying to understand it. If you're in the communal logos, if you're addicted to the narratives, if you can't help it because there's a war going on around you, then you're feeling it through the epigenetics of your place where you live and the people around you. We have to overcome our limitations. There are no weaknesses and strengths. It's just time and field. It's process. Every step brings you further to where you're going from where you were. And your mind will change many times, so get to the heart. What is the purity of your expression, and what could it be if you just forgot what that was? It's not easy to do in the world which binds us to replicated designs and the perfection of an obsolete model. But it's up to us to do that. So I see the square between this. I mean, Venus and Uranus is square in the nodal axis now, 6 degrees. And the dreams of the past were burning into this protocol of the now. And we're seeing that the protocol is outdated. This is the way we used to relate to reality. We can't. I mean, you can't burn garbage anymore because there's plastic in it. You can't use oil anymore because it's all seed oil. You can't eat fucking candy or good stuff because it has weird shit in it. It's instead of dumping shit into the rivers, they just dump it into the river of humanity. Pay the fines for any lawsuits which arise, you know. Hey, we're killing the world, so it's natural we kill ourselves. But who makes the call? Who makes the choices, huh? At the bottom side of it, it's you because you're acquiescent. So yeah, if you can't find the meaning in you because the world's too fucked up, your situations are too fucked up, your experiences got you held down, then you will accept the bullshit that's given to you and you will gladly pay for your sins even though they ain't yours. You aren't your ancestors. You are the expression of a new version of life. You're holding the purity of fire for creation, so that's what you gotta know. Alright, so the self-expression is about delusion and illusion. You gotta burn through it and figure out what you are, but not in the mind, it's in the body. You gotta get into life, you have to get into the ritual of life, and you gotta bring meaning into what that could be, not what it has been. You gotta know change is inevitable. All statics fade, it's just where you're holding. You're gonna have to swim at some point, and you learn in the process, so get out there and swim. You have the power. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Everything that's happened to you is there for you to learn yourself through. And you basically learn you are not that. It's just some elements in the fire that make up you. This spirit, this expression. Make your life your art. Create something new of yourself. Forget the meanings. Realize that all truth is myth. All myth changes. It's just the limit of your conception. So compassionate new meaning into yourself and you see a broader horizon. All the avatars are here to show you you are not that. You have to become something different. That's what Uranus in Gemini is. It's the north node of Uranus is in Gemini. Venus will be there shortly after this full moon. So feel into your value, allow that to change you and allow that to be allowed in others. You know, people are changing, they seek to change. That's where the stories are getting so crazy, because they want to hold you, bind you to the expression of the past. You just got to do something different. Face the fears, face the shame, the guilt, all these other things. You know, the child within you was traumatized. That's how it is with everyone. Existence is more than just trauma, though. It's what you do with it. It's not how far you get pulled down or how many times you get knocked down. It's how high you rise in the process. If you don't go down, you don't have a reason to get up. And when you get up enough, then you don't get knocked down, because you're in that forward motion. You find Wu Wei, the actionless act beyond the egoic constraints of a past perception and the limitations of those around you. And in that process, you lead in the example, which is just nature. You nature yourself into existence and you nurture others in the process. That's what we're learning through all the bullshit here. One of the main expressions. You have to find the divine will beyond that which you can conceive. And it's in life. Do what feeds and nourishes your spirit, and the world will reward you for that. Because it wants, it needs, it desires, it creates meaning through us. So be the meaning, micro to macro, and bring your untuned instrument into this cacophony of noise we call existence, so chaos can be honored as it is, the natural divine order. Be insane in the unsane world and find what melody that brings out. Alright, so that's my full moon in Scorpio breakdown, I guess. As with any system, you can get as detailed as you want, but the more details you constrain yourself to, the less meaning, because language is felt within you. comes with time. So, thanks for listening, watching, and being. Whatever your reason is to this rhyme. Yeah, that's it.